guys, this is Jeremy from SPKGear. We are at Exo Mountain Gear, and I'm with Jake.
Yes.
And he's going to show us around. He's going to help me pick a pack, and we're excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to the Exo warehouse, our office. Right now we've got a couple people in the showroom. Usually we have people showing up in the showroom just kind of getting fitted, checking out all 4 of our packs. But yeah, that's what we're exactly going to do here is we've got all of our weighted packs here with all the different sizing. So all the way from our women's pack with an extra small belt all the way up to a 26.5-inch frame with an extra large belt. So super easy. With you being your height, probably go 26.5-inch frame, and then your belt size is
I don't know how to take that.
What's that? Yeah, just, I mean, after years and years of just fitting people, like I was telling him behind camera.
How tall are you?
6'1", 6 foot, yeah. So, but yeah, I've been working here for 9 years, so I know how to just look at somebody and get you fitted. So we'll grab this pack here. All of these packs are loaded with 50 pounds.
That's the frame length.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you're checking.
We don't go off torso measurement on our sizing on our website anymore. We do have built-in torso adjustment, 6 inches to be exact. But we just go off of how tall you are, and then base it off of what frame height to go with. And then belt size, we go off of a physical measurement around your iliac crest. But just looking, I think the medium belt's going to be a good fit. So we'll start with this. Go ahead and get that thrown on. This is exactly how I do it, like if we were at a hunt expo. So get that belt high up on the waist there. Yeah, nice and snug. And then next, go ahead and get your sternum strap secure. And then walk in these shoulder straps on either side. Just kind of pull towards you, towards the back. And then I'll just lightly get those load lifters snug. So there you go. So I see that the hip belt's coming around your iliac crest there, so it's making good contact with your waist, but then you can also still tighten it up when you start to load it up heavier. I always have you start to do the sternum strap first before you do your shoulder straps or load lifters, because that's going to control how much positioning that, or basically the positioning of the shoulder harness itself. If you do your shoulder straps first, it's going to pull everything into your armpits, and then you pull that tight, and it's just going to be all...
I'm always worried about my shoulder straps because I want to make sure the load's on my waist and not my shoulders.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I usually have them, in all my packs, I've had them loose.
Yeah.
But probably too loose. I don't know, the pack is usually hanging off me a little bit.
Right. So right now I see you've got a little bit of a gap here, so we can easily fix that. So we'll just tighten up the shoulder straps. So we loosen the load lifter, tighten up the shoulder straps, and then tighten up that load lifter. And you're looking for just a little bit of a gap here. You don't want there to be a ton of gap, but you just want there to be a little bit. So that way there's not a lot of shoulder fatigue, because that direct pressure will relate directly to shoulder fatigue on a backpack.
I'm not necessarily feeling anything on the shoulders. It's mostly here.
Yeah, exactly. You want 85-90% of that weight around your waist, and then the rest in the front of your chest, and just a little bit floating. You want it to kind of be like a halo, just floating on the top of your shoulders. But yeah, that's good. The biggest thing I always tell customers is try to make sure you get that hip belt up super high. All right, super high, but don't let it sit low. You want that hip belt buckle directly over or just below your belly button, because if you have anything lower, gravity's naturally going to make that weight want to fall down, and then if you have that weight sitting just super low, it's going to cause a lot of problems with your IT bands, your hip flexors, things like that. So yeah, it's super easy to get one of our packs fitted. Like I said, medium belt, 26.5-inch frame, 50 pounds. Looks good. So all the bags are 3600 bags. So if you want to pan the camera to that one, that's the bag that you have on. Now note, whenever you come visit us at like a trade show or come to the office, it doesn't matter what bag is on the frame. We're just looking at frame height, belt size.
Right.
So we have the 2200, the 3600, the 5000, and then the 7200. So those are the 4 bags, and then all 4 bags fit on the one frame, no matter the belt size or the frame height. So it's a super unique system. So if somebody's going on, like, say, a 10-day mountain goat hunt, we were just talking about my mountain goat hunt, I brought my 7200 bag. Now, down the road, if I'm doing like a 2 to 3 day backpack trip, I don't need that big of a bag to go on. So you can purchase, our 3600 bag and just throw it on.
And the bag's just a few $100s compared to the whole system.
Exactly.
Just add another $300 or
Yep, exactly.
Like that.
Yeah, and it's super easy to swap the bags. A couple minutes, just a few buckles on either side, strap it up at the top, and you're good to go.
What I've been excited about, and you might change my opinion a little bit, but like I started with a fanny pack.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it turned into a fanny pack that turned into a little backpack.
Right. Right.
Crooked horn,
Yeah.
the old days. I don't know if you know anything
I've
about
heard
that.
of Yeah.
And then pretty soon we're in these big backpacks, 2,000 cubic inches, and it's just for a day, just for day hunting.
Right.
And it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and I keep carrying more and more stuff.
Right.
And so right now in my life, I'm trying to
Reduce
pare that down a little bit,
Yeah.
because really what I'm doing is I'm not backpack hunting 99% of the time overnight.
Right.
It's just like I'm going to take off from my truck in the morning, hunt all day,
Yeah.
go as far as I feel comfortable, and then a lot of times my pack limits how far I can go, because I'm like, if I shoot something,
Yeah. Yeah. You need to be
or
able
I'll
to pack
pass
it
on
out.
something because I don't want to shoot it and I don't have any way to pack it out.
Yeah.
But oftentimes I have my pack and I'll hunt. If I kill something, I'll go back to get my pack frame.
Right. Right.
And try to carry as much stuff as I can on the way out, loose meat or whatever, or try to get it's an internal frame, so it's try to get a quarter on there
And that
somehow.
isn't going to feel comfortable.
And
that's
we're hunting elk, so elk.
Yeah, elk aren't light. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
And
And that's
so-
what makes us. It's super efficient, and we're all about efficiency here. You know, one, you were mentioning about not carrying too much. That's why we say also don't go with the biggest bag, because a lot of guys, most times, like guys who are just getting into hunting, but still other guys too who are more experienced, will go into a 7200 and put more gear than they probably should be into that. And that's where you kind of start to lose that efficiency, because you don't want to carry more weight than you have to. Second, our packs are like a hybrid frame. So yeah, you have camp on your back, everything there. You're hunting, you get an animal down. You do have the ability to bring that meat, or basically bring that bag away from the frame, load meat in between the bag and the frame, and do exactly this. You've got camp in the bag, you've got your meat in between the bag and the frame. This is obviously Alaska, but say we're in the lower 48, where it is an elk hunt. We've got other pictures here of all of that, but you can go back to the truck, drop that meat, and then go back for more if need be, or if you're just hunting solo. So it's a super versatile system.
Yeah, so that's why when I started to hear about you guys and see your pack options, and I saw the 2200, I was like,
yeah,
that sounds like the perfect pack to me. And now, as I've done more research, I saw the 36, and I'm like, well, first I see that you can add a lid
correct
to the 22.
Yep.
And I'm trying to decide, do I need that? Because it is nice to be able to strap a head on or whatever, and I don't know if the lid is better, or I also saw you sell straps just specifically for that.
Yeah, so the 2200 is mainly for, I'll show you here. So yeah, this is mainly for day hunting. We say no more than a day. We say it's really hard to get more than, or an overnight trip in there. If you do, you would have to put, gear in between the bag and the frame. I don't recommend doing that. So that's why we made the 2200 as a standalone day pack. Yes, you can put a lid on there. So the lid is this guy right here. You can either put a lid on it or the K4 pack out straps. What the pack out straps do is basically when the bag is detached from the frame and you have a head and antlers on there, you want to basically have that or basically secured nice and tight. So those pack out straps would basically attach to these loops here on the top of the bag and on the top of the frame. It's kind of hard for the camera to see that, but you can see the loops here on the bag, and then there's two loops here on the frame. There is an integrated lid on the 2200. It's going to give you a little bit of volume, but not as much as the K4 lid. The K4 lid adds about a 600 cubic inches. So yeah, moving to the 3600, if you are looking to do like overnight trips, weekend hunts, this is what we rate as like our 2 to 4 day pack. This is a perfect bag for that. It can also compress down super small 4-day hunts. So if you don't need that extra volume, you can use this 3600 and compress it down for, say a Friday hunt or Saturday, Sunday hunt. Moving on to the 5000, this is going to be our most popular bag. 5 to 7 days is, like I said, what we have it rated out to. Again, compresses super small when you're only carrying the essentials. The biggest appeal about this pack, though, is the horseshoe zipper, which is on the 2200 as well. but the horseshoe zipper gives you access into the main bag. A little bit different than like the 3600. The 3600 just has a zipper that goes from the bottom of the bag to the top of the roll top collar. A lot of people like this just so they can really open it up, see what's in their bag, and zip it up nice and easy. All of our packs are equipped with stretch pockets on the front, minus the 2200 that doesn't have a stretch pocket, just to reduce size. Side pockets on either side, so we have these full-length zippered side pockets here. We call these pockets like our spotting scope pockets or other quick access items, but really does a great job holding that spotting scope secure. And then moving on to the big dog, the 7200. Same bag design as the 3600, just obviously scaled much larger. So still that vertical zipper going up from the bottom to the top of the roll top, equipped with the same pockets, the angled stretch pocket, the top pocket here, and then the spotting scope. And what you see on this side is also mirrored on the right.
So if I'm never going to stay out,
If you're never going to do an overnight trip, go with the 2200. That's what I tell people.
does it have enough room? Like I've got a pretty big spotter.
Yeah,
Side
yeah.
pocket's got enough room for it.
Yeah.
And I know you guys compact them all down because
Yep.
you want them to be as compact as possible,
Absolutely.
right?
So you have these side zippered pockets here, and that gives you access to basically throw. They're pleated to go inside. So as
Okay.
you start to put a little bit of gear in there,
It goes
in
in,
these, it goes in.
not
So
out.
keep that in mind, not out. Whereas these ones are pleated on the outside. Again, all because we want to keep this 2200 small, compact. You can see everything's tapered top and bottom and on the sides. But yes, you can fit one of your larger 80 mil spotting scopes. Like I have a Koa 77 that fits here. Now it does take up some space, but it still allows me to pack on the inside too. This is where all the real work happens. We got Omar, he builds all of our pack systems. So we've got all of the packs or all the components laid out here in boxes. Coyote Brown, Ranger Green, and he just builds them up. Kind of got a system down on what packs to build each day, each week, and just goes to town on building those packs. And then this is Jack here.
Hey, Jack.
So he handles all the orders, builds every single pack, finishes them up, boxes them up, and puts them here on the rack so you can see all of these boxes are put here. These are packs or orders that he's just gotten done filled. And on the other side, Justin and Bella will get them out the door and ship them. So anyways, as you can see here, these are basically the finished packs. This is where we're gonna get you your pack and get you all squared away. What color do you want? Brown or green? Yeah, I just know that the Ranger Green looks really good.
Well,
but
I need to
it
match.
is your call.
I need to match in the woods because like those elk see you and they're like, what's going on? What is that tree over there with the green backpack?
Yeah. Yeah,
I was
so your
thinking
call.
coyote.
Okay, sweet. And then the 2200
Yes,
bag?
please.
Awesome. If you go to exomountaingear.com/how-to, that's going to take you to all the how-to videos that we have. So that's getting it fitted, swapping out bags, putting accessories on, and that's a big thing too with all of our packs is accessories. We changed to MOLLE, so a lot of guys will get confused on how to attach these MOLLE accessories, and I'll show you here. Let me just finish up the lid. But yeah, tons of videos just on our YouTube channel. If you just go to YouTube at Exo Mountain Gear, we have how-to product videos, a couple of our Alaska hunts, and then we import all of our podcasts there. Just a lot of content, a lot of information. So I'll get these lid straps secure back through that loop. Pull it nice and tight. Just tuck those back in there. Justin, could you throw me K4 pack out straps in brown, please? That would have been bad. So these
I got reflexes like a cat, so.
These are the pack out straps, like I was telling you earlier on the camera. So if you can kind of see here, you've got the loops here. They're kind of being blocked by the lid, but you've got loops on the bag and then you've got loops on the frame. When that bag is detached from the frame, you don't reattach the bag lip to the frame. So you want there to be some support. That's where either the lid or the pack out straps will come in handy. If you're not running the lid, we recommend the pack out straps. If you are running the lid, you don't need these. But we'll just throw those in here so that way you have something to pick from. So right now you've got the lid installed. So here we've got Molly. So a lot of people will get tricked up. I'll show you the wrong way real quick. A lot of people will just take these loops, throw it to the very bottom one. I'm just going to show you on this one. Throw it to the very bottom one and then loop it back and think it's good. Well, if you pull it, it's just going to come loose. So what you need to do is weave it through. So you go in and out. So I'll pull those tight. It's going to be kind of hard to see this here. I'll get that one kind of going. Oops, that one popped out here. Let's try that one more time. Pull tight and go back to the belt. Pull both of those tight. So now they've been woven through, and all I do now is just go back and loop it back through itself on the hip belt pouch. Now it's not going anywhere. So then we have Molly here too for our Nalgene holders. And I'll just throw this hip belt pouch here. This is also compatible with other holsters out there. We don't make holsters or manufacture them, but there's another company like Ivory Holsters we use quite a bit. A company out of Colorado makes holsters for our packs, and he makes them specifically to fit the K4s and K3s and K2s. So that is the quick and dirty of how to do all of that. You saw how Jack builds the pack, or kind of. Omar's the one who builds it up, puts it all together, but this is the finished product. It's been changed out to the 26.5-inch stays with the medium belt. Got the accessories on there. All it needs now is to be bloodied up, and yeah, there you go.
Awesome. It's a little lighter than the last one.
Just a little bit, yeah. 50 pounds lighter.
Yeah, I'm so excited to be able to throw an elk quarter on.
Yeah.
And just not have to
Absolutely.
worry how far. I think I can hunt further from the truck. I can, not make that extra trip back to get a pack frame.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the biggest thing too, I don't mean to cut you off, but like for anybody that's watching, watch how to disassemble the pack to load meat. That is the biggest thing that if somebody were to ask me, like, after they figure out their belt sizing, their frame height, they'll ask me, what else do I need to do? Watch how to undo the pack, so that way you're not having to learn it when you're out in the field. There's a lot of guys that will think they know how to do it, and then they don't, and then they'll stuff meat in the bag. That is a big no.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that. Or they'll just get confused where buckles go. We have basically our built-in compression straps on the frame. We have them actually color coordinated with an orange bar tack. So a bar tack, this is what's called a bar tack right here. On the inside ones, those are actually bar tacked with orange thread. So that way you know, okay, those ones go to each other. Those are the ones that go from the frame, or basically on the compression straps internally on the frame. So just things like that. Watch how to, undo the bag, put meat on there, reassemble it.
So those straps are long enough to go around an elk quarter.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, you showed us a lot.
I
really think we got a great tour of everything.
Yeah. Well, everything's made here in Idaho. So all of our manufacturing is done 20 minutes down the street, and then all of our assembly's done right here. So everything is here in Meridian, Boise Meridian, whatever you want to call it. Yeah.
Well, Jake, thank you very much for showing us around and just giving us a layout of Exo Mountain Gear and showing us all your products. They're awesome products. Can't wait to use it in the field.
Absolutely.
And I'll give you a real world review.
Yeah, please do. And if you have any questions, let Mark or I know, and we'd be happy to help. That's what we're here for, is just to provide help. And with our pack systems, that's all we care about, is people having a good experience with our product.
You're specializing in one area and doing it well, so I can already tell that. So I'm excited to use it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to see how it works out for you this year.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Of course. Thank you.